like to invite, please, the wonderful Mick Barnfather to come. I'm just going to tell my story, a student of Philippe's. And it started off about 40 years ago. Philippe came to London and he did a 2-week workshop. And my level of French was really bad. I said the usual things like bonjour, au revoir, un, deux, trois. In that workshop, I very quickly learned another word. I remember coming in many times, coming in, suivant. Many times, so many suivants, suivant, suivant. And so, yeah, my impression was a little, it was a little bit difficult at first now. And at the end of that workshop, if you had told me that in 40 years' time I'd be standing here making a speech at Philippe's 80th birthday party, I would have said you must be crazy. Number one, with his lifestyle, I wasn't sure he was going to live to 80. And number two, to be honest, I didn't particularly like him that much. Two very good reasons. I love you now, Philippe, you know that. So, moving on, people kept saying to me, you must go to Philippe, you must go to Philippe, you must go to Philippe. So, in the end, I thought I'd give it another go. So, off I went to Belfast. Remember Philippe? Oh, yes. It was a good time in Belfast. And actually, I started to enjoy the workshop. And actually, we started to like each other, yes. And I started to like you a bit more. And I think you like me too. And there was this thing that we sat on benches. And Philippe, very imaginatively, had this thing. It was a travel agency called Bench Tours. So if you were up on the space doing your thing, you might hear a coming from Philly. You think, oh shit. You know exactly what was coming. Hello, Bench Tours. I want a one-way ticket to the bench. You leave immediately, it's really horrible. And the insults were very, very imaginative. You were compared to a pharmacist or a primary school teacher. You were, every student might be asked, is he fuckable? No one ever said yes.
Suddenly in the shopping center comes in galloping, white horse, with a long, a cow can see.
I will read you a poem. It lasts 1 hour and a half.
Break her neck.
You break her neck. Before.
First of all, thank you to Philippe. Thank you for my career, for the careers of so many of my friends. The best quality words you can see on someone's CV is trained at Philippe Gaulier, because you know that they will have an empathy, a sensitivity, a sense of play that no one else provides. And this is Philippe. This is the man. This man created so many careers and gave so many people a love of being a performer. Not everyone is comfortable with Philippe's pedagogy. And a very good friend of mine, very well-known actress in the UK, she was studying with the Lee Strasberg School in New York, and I said, no, this is shit, go to Philippe Gaulier. So she left Lee Strasberg, she went to the Philippe Gaulier School in London, and every time she got up, he would say, so boring. And every day she phoned me going, so boring. And I said, no, try to be more strong tomorrow. So she would try to be, the next day she would get up, she would try to do something, and he would go, so boring. And every day she would call me and she would be crying. So she went on every day. On the last day of the workshop, she got up, she was so angry, and she said, you fucking cunt! You fucking cunt! I fucking hate this course, I hate being here! You don't care about me! I paid you so much money, and you don't care about me! And Philippe said, today, not so boring.
I imagine always if someone who has never ever studied with Philippe, they would think, shit, what a horror, what is going on there? But actually, the school is an incredibly happy place. It's a joyful place. It is an inspired place. It is a positive place because of one thing. It is Philippe. Philippe has
When I say you are unfuckable, it was true. I never say to someone fuckable, you are unfuckable. Never. Speak for you. Speak for your pleasure, for quelque chose de bizarre. Speak for Kafka. Your job is to understand something and to know if you will discover something. In this way, freedom is coming. It's the most important, freedom is coming. First, I sit. I don't say anything. I don't know exactly what I am going to teach. I teach since so long time ago. So it's possible I take 1 minute to feel the atmosphere, and if I feel, oh la la, they are fucking boring today, I try to take something a bit alive. So if they think, oh, it depends. It depends the atmosphere of the class. when I enter. But I never have a fix. I never had an idea really sure. I'm not sure. To start le jeu, it means I look at you, we have a good fun together, we could have a game together, or you look like a horrible fascist and I cannot have any game with you. So le jeu is so important. Can we have a game together or not? So with game, it's not so intellectual, but we have a good fun. Alors, thank you. So, as a spectator, you have to give the prize of the worst couple. You give the prize to who? As the worst couple, not the good couple. The worst. You, the gigolo?
Sif and Neil.
Yeah, me too. They receive the prize of the worst couple for sure. They are so bad. Not looking for any complicity. No fun to be together. No complicity. Bon. It means 000. Une merde. Thank you, goodbye.
Philippe.
Yeah?
Bonjour.
Antony.
Hi.
Philippe Gaulier.
Antony Wong.
Antony is a great actor from Hong Kong, and he got a prize. What is the name of the prize you got?
Well, forget about that.
No, I want to say to the spectator, you are not a little shit that we can meet in a street in Paris. You are an important guy.
You're making me nervous again.
So what is the name of this prize?
Golden Horse.
Huh?
Golden Horse.
Golden.
Golden.
And it's good. And you have the movement. You have the movement inside. Normal movement is. Excellent.
So.
Yes, tell us.
Okay, I'd like to ask something about your teaching. When do you start your teaching, and why you want to teach?
Is your question is finished? Your question?
Yes, finished. All finished.
It's interesting.
You always make me very nervous.
So I never wanted to teach.
So why you teach?
That is the heart of the question. Heart of the question. In my time, I was more or less a child of May 68. You know, he take a stone in the street, he sees police, he throws a stone on the face of police. I was a bit this guy in May 68. So, always I thought the teacher, they are like police. They want to say, that is the truth, shut up, we are coming with our gun. I didn't like to teach, And I didn't like teacher, like I didn't like police. So I didn't want to teach.
So why you teach?
Because Jacques Lecoq asked me to teach. And I admire Jacques Lecoq, and I said yes. And I was teaching.
So, you know, when I first came to your studio in London, I study your way, your method. Your method. The way you teach.
It's not a method. It's just if you fail, and you are happy to fail, is to discover something else. You were in a beautiful Chinese culture for theater, but you were not happy yourself. So you were happy with the thing I taught. I understand, because what I teach is really funny.
Yes, it is. I'm not trying to. Okay. Well, you're a master.
You take this face. Well, you're a master.
Well, you know.
I say good thing of you. You could say some good thing back.
You turn all my concept upside down, and I'm trying to find my own clowns, and after that, I feel the happiness in acting.
Do you think he could be a good university teacher of your balls? He has a tendency, university.
Yeah, don't force me to
teacher
say anything anymore, okay?
Of my balls.
Surround. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Oh, thank you, Philip. Thank you for answering all my stupid questions.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
now I am an idiot.
Now you know better.
Yeah, I know better.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I know better.
You progress. I'm not proud with my method. I don't say, I have a method, please, I have a method, I am happy. Don't tell anybody. I hate to have a method. Of course, now I am strong enough to, but I love so much to be surprised, to forget method, and to try to work in a special way. Thank you. Alors, who wants to say my partner was just a piece of shit? I didn't see any jokes in his eyes. Nobody? Everybody? Not so many jokes?
Not enough jokes.
No joke at all?
There's a few, but not enough.
So he was fucking boring.
Yeah.
If you don't have a joke in your head, you are fucking boring. It's a definition of a boring person.
Yeah.
Goodbye, another group. Toot. We were living au 16 rue de la Croix-Faubourg, in front of the prison de la Petite Roquette. Et dans notre rue, il y avait 5 grandes pierres dans la chaussée, était posée la guillotine. Et mon père, qui était un type très intelligent, il disait, to look at the stone of the guillotine would be good, so they will be not idiots, they will follow the rule. of the society. My father was general practitioner, doctor, medical doctor. He was a bit, my father was conservative, and I never been conservative. When I was a child, I was a bad child, and I was happy to be bad boy. I hate school. I hate the teacher. I hate mainly the gymnastic teacher. But fortunately, I did Lecoq School. In Lecoq, he was a very good teacher.
Did he have a good humor, Lecoq?
There is a movement of the fish, in a Chinese restaurant. When the fish goes outside the aquarium, he does, and he has a problem to breathe. So your question, make me fish. You have a good humor. You understand better. When you know you are an idiot, no? You know something, I know something. But Jacques Lecoq, you don't know. But you are sure something fantastic is around what he says. It must be a definition of a teacher. We don't know what he said. Or people who explain so much, they are really boring out there.
It's the opposite of psychological emotional acting, where the actor does all the work and it's psychological and angry. We play anger like a storm. You don't go out being angry, you go out being a storm. Magnificent, no? It's wonderful. You enter like a little breeze. You change the rhythm, boom, dum, dum, something else happens. That's the technique. There's the technique, of course. But without the spirit, obviously, that technique's not going to live, So the light of the actor is that. It's not a light, ding dong. It's the effervescence, the spirit of the actor.
You have a child in me. You must have so many beautiful children.
Thank you. But he looks happy. It's a good quality. Yeah, your pleasure is good.
It's very easy to do a show and get dead behind the eyes. And when you do it night after night, and I think what Philippe's teachings, they give you the tools to sort of think about your performance when it hasn't gone well. And you're like, well, why didn't it go well? And I think before I'd done any kind of clowning, I had no concept of pleasure. It was like the lines, or the act, or the number, and why wasn't the number working? Not this idea that actually it's the performer that's messing the number up by not enjoying it, not enjoying themselves, they're not in the moment, they're not having fun. And actually, at the end of the day, that's actually more important than the number.
Once upon a time, I too was a boy. And now, I remain a boy. Or am I a sword? Question mark.
Question mark is on a paper, but you can say with a special tone in your voice, no?
I have a question mark.
No, you are not.
Exclamation mark.
If you want, I don't give a shit if you want to be an explanation mark. I don't give a shit, I swear on your head. I don't give a shit.
Can I ask you, is there any nationality that you think is naturally funny, more funny, more likely to succeed in the workshops? Do you notice
Well, English, when they want to be idiot, they are fantastic. But when they carry on half an hour, after half an hour we smile.
Yeah.
After 3 hours we laugh.
Yeah.
We laugh, but it's too late.
It's too late, yeah. The class is over by then.
Yeah.
But the Spanish are funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special. My mother was Spanish,
yeah.
so yeah, special laugh.
Yeah.
But roast beef, they are funny.
Yes.
It's not like Albanese. You know Albania?
Albania, yeah. Yeah.
You know what is the capital of Albania?
Nope, I forget.
Huh?
I don't know, I can't remember.
I make a point. And you?
A capital of Albania?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know?
You colonize all the country and you don't know. No. Now, in front of the television, you don't know the capital of Albania. Bon. You are forgiven for this.
Are you going to tell us?
Huh?
Are you going to tell us?
Yes. Tirana.
Ah. Tirana.
It's not familiar.
It's not familiar.
It's really English.
Yeah, interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You need me to...
Yes, please.
Okay. Mein Name ist Bodo Watke, ich bin Kabarettist und Liedermacher aus Deutschland und sitze hier neben meinem alten Schauspiellehrer Philippe Gaulier, mit dem ich schon mehrere Workshops mache. Also ja. Mein Name ist Bodo Watke, ich bin Kabarettist und Liedermacher aus Deutschland und sitze hier mit meinem Schauspiellehrer Philippe Gaulier und werde ihm jetzt ein paar Fragen stellen. Mein Name ist Bodo Watke, ich bin Kabarettist und Liedermacher aus Deutschland und war in den Jahren von 2004 bis 2011 Gut.
So,
why you are laughing?
I'm laughing because I feel the conversation is going amazingly well.
I don't feel the same thing.
Okay.
It's possible to speak to you without every 5 seconds, without listening your Your laugh is not a commercial.
I know.
Your laugh is horrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, but I have to tell you. It's my job.
I know.
So you know everything.
No, I know just that about my laugh. apart from that my laugh is very hateable. I think I probably have learned.
You don't know.
I am thinking.
Right.
But you found your clown very easily, didn't you?
Yes, because my mother thought I am funny. So I follow my mother.
Good advice, yeah.
My father hated my jokes.
Really?
But not my mother. She was my first spectator, and my first spectator thought I am a genius. So I started like this when I was a baby. And my mother was smiling. So I thought, mother smiling. So I carry on, and my mother was always, she thought I am really funny. So I carry on. Because my mother.
You bring out your whole spirit of playing. The light shining out of your eyes, you're having fun with your partner. It's just, you're doing stupid things. You're eating biscuits in a round way, you're jumping into beds with a big leap, and you're climbing out of windows, and it's a world. It's a world of creation that comes from the actor. It doesn't come from writing from outside. Yes, there's fantasy, there's imagination, but there's something else. There's layers of imagination. And there's that layer of imagination that is not cerebral or dreaming. It's a layer of creation that it belongs to something else. And that's, if we get that, you're free.
Gigolo, you are number one. You look each other. Ready, go.
In New Zealand, we have a type of funeral.
Gigolo like a timer with a lion. The timer, when he speaks to the lion and he is a bit pissed off, he speaks with a German accent. So the lion understands the situation is serious.
Okay. Guten Tag!
Thank you. So your anger, you are not pissed off. You do that to save the show. You create a conflict to save the show. It's not because you got stomach cancer. Yeah, the fun was good, yes. Thank you.
This is something that I think is quite startling about Philippe's school, which I really don't think people think. I think it's a really good training for screen acting. You're thinking so much about the audience's experience, how you fit into a wider picture, how you show what's special about you as a performer, how you experience pleasure when you're performing. And I think the screen acting that I find most intolerable is people who are really keen to show you what a good actor, they're so keen to show you how much emotion they can put into stuff. I think people assume you have to go to a real psychological actor training, and I don't think it's necessarily the case. You need to let us dream into you. I think that's so true about screen performances. I think some of the great, beautiful moments of screen performance that we think about and talk about all the time, that actor is just giving space. He's giving space for the audience to dream, because there's so much beautiful storytelling happening.
My name is Ben Cutler, and I am interviewing Philippe I was a student at the school for many, many years. And so it's a nice time to sit down with Philippe and ask him some questions about how the course runs. I hope he will entertain me with those questions. Philippe, you're okay to be asked some questions?
Yes.
Merci, Philippe. I wondered if you could tell me a little bit about acting pleasure. Why is pleasure important for an actor? And how does it lead the actor?
Well, if you are an actor.
I'm an actor, yes.
Congratulations.
Merci.
So, when you enter in a theater, 7, 8, 1 hour before the show, you enter, you hear already the people speaking, no? In the house, in the room. Oh, yes, so good. Tonight is full. And you look from it through the curtain, you see people, they discuss, they are happy. So, why you will be not happy? You are going to present a beautiful show, to give emotion to these people. So it's a fantastic job. And after the show, bravo, bravo. After you leave, you want to sign your paper. It's a great pleasure to be an actor. It's a great pleasure to be on a stage, to say something beautiful, to listen to the silence, and carry on. It's a great pleasure.
What are you looking at when a student is on stage?
The eyes. He has the eyes of game, or he has the eyes of funeral, you know. We see the pleasure of life in the eyes. And it's a pleasure who leads the world. It's a pleasure. If you play without pleasure, or without a good fun, or without a joke in your head, you do Stanislavski, fucking boring. Eh? Always a joke, always something funny, always something tender in your head for your character, for the other character, always something around the fun. If you are not funny, you leave the job.
For me, I never heard that word pleasure before going to Philippe's. I never had that word to enjoy being in the space before. You know, I mean, I did sometimes when the audience responded, just automatically did. But making that a kind of paramount thing, when you go on to into the space, enjoy, because then you have every chance of being watchable. Then you have every chance of succeeding. Whereas if you don't enjoy, you have no chance of succeeding. Your all timing's going to be out, you know, etc., etc. And I think that was something that was very much instilled by Philippe.
Many people think you go to clown school, as people call Philippe, even though it's a theater school. They say, oh, what's the tricks you learn? What's the technique you learn? But there is no technique. We don't learn not so much technique at least. It's more about finding your own pleasure to be on stage. And I felt that I struggled for a long time the first half year when I was there, and then in mask, half mask, commedia dell'arte and stuff. Something happened, like people started laughing, and I just felt this like, oh, you can do whatever you want. And after that I was like, I'm gonna see tomorrow if it works just doing whatever I want on stage. And then something happened. You know, Philippe was like, yeah, your spirit is good today. And the day after I found something, I was like, oh my God, wow, it's about the audience and I have to give them something that I'm excited about. So that moment in mask play, I remember it was like a light going up for me.
This photo, it was in Jacques Lecoq's school in '68 perhaps. I am here. I know you don't recognize myself so much. I had a good reputation in Lecoq School as a clown. Pierre was my teacher, my acrobatic teacher, and he asked me if I want to do a show with him for Berlin. Les assiettes, plate. We broke a 200 plate every night. It's absolutely idiot. You know, you break plate to make audience laughing. It's a stupid idea. And we had this stupid idea together, Pierre and I. In this time, everybody spoke about Bertolt Brecht, philosophy of Bertolt Brecht. Us, we wanted to do the best idiot show in the world. We had a little table, absolutely horrible, in a kitchen, a little table. We had 100 plates, high by something, and we had a music, and we break. And we didn't move, we stayed religious. And the people, they start to laugh, you know, but it's nervous. I don't know why. They were laughing. So it's always good for a clown show if people, they laugh a lot at the beginning. So they know they are allowed to laugh. Thank you. Alors, who said I never saw a clown so unfunny in my life? It's terrible, but I never saw someone so unfunny. Raise your arm. A clown is a guy, he is paid to make the audience laughing. When there is a problem with the elephant, when there is a problem with the lion, we can say, clown, please, 3 minutes. You have to come and to make the audience laughing 3 minutes. It's a job to make audience laughing. It's here, it's here. It's here. Yes, it's here. It's a pleasure to be in front of the audience. That is the quality of the best, an actor or like a clown, the pleasure. You feel a bit ashamed, oh, it's terrible. You go to a big flop and never you will come back. Alors, this morning my wife was driving the car and she says, Philippe, do you remember the sound of our washing machine? And I said, no, darling, no, I don't remember. But I'm going to ask the student. I ask you, to do the sound of this washing machine. Thank you. It's a flop.
For me, I found, for example, clown hard because you have to play into a flop. Whereas actor, you try to protect the flop. You want to always to be as beautiful as possible.
Yeah, but a clown, you have to do something funny. What you do is not funny. Nobody laughs. And when nobody laughs, you are beautiful like a child who has broken his toe. You are beautiful. And everybody says, wow, this a clown? I thought he's a baby. So beautiful. What is that?
I am preparing.
Huh?
I am preparing.
Preparing what?
It's a surprise.
So we try to see the surprise.
It didn't work.
But after, when you said it didn't work, it worked because you had many idiots laughing. When you said it didn't work, write that in your head. You do something, you feel it's funny, it's not funny, it didn't work, ha 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 ha. Your job is to make the audience laughing. You don't say, I had a problem with a flop. It's very good if you don't say that, but if you say, wow, I met a flop, woo, he is my friend. You say, I don't like the flop, you are just an idiot. The flop is a part of myself. When I entered to do tragedy, and everybody was laughing. It was a big flop, but I learned so much.
Yeah.
And Alain Cuny said, Gaulier, you are ridiculous. Thank you, Monsieur Cuny.
So you learn a lot by being bad.
Oh, yes. We learn a lot by being bad.
And the school feels like that. You know, as a student being
You are allowed to be bad, to discover the beauty of the flop.
Gurinats, Ningogo, Rukamaka, Circo, Drumaka.
When I was doing a clown, I had the flop the first day, I had the flop the second day, the third day, the fourth day, the fifth day. It was after 1 week. Well, okay, next week is going to be different. No, it was not different. So I was, in a moment, I was in so big flop that I thought that maybe I have to quit and to change my profession.
Do you know something?
I can imagine.
And what can you imagine? Mm? 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 Mm.
Am I right?
No. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Goodbye. Thank you.
I changed a lot in my life after big flops. If you think you have a success and another success, why are you going to change? You don't want to change.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know if I am doing a show, if I am in a psychiatric hospital. Or... Did you feel loved by this actor? No, not at all. I hope you will remember this flop all your life. And it's good to remember a flop when I was bad, and now I try to do something. But now I am not bad, I am good. So that you did that when you were really bad. Not so long time ago. Well, okay, you do another time.
Clown was really a revelation. You started realizing very quickly when you got up whether you were possibly going to succeed or not, because he's always saying about having the pleasure, having the fun to be in the space. And you can kind of sense that for yourself. You were waiting for the sort of, no, it's horrible, when you were feeling like that, you know. So I started recognizing that, and that's really something that's a real priceless thing, I think, that Philippe gave me, because it's informed my teaching very much. It informed me as a performer at that particular time to really try and find that enjoyment always.
Enfoiré de sa mère, fils de pute. Espèce de gros bâtard, va niquer ta mère.
It's better to be funny than to be boring. Try to meditate on these four. Much better.
Why some people do very good in clown, some are not good? What's the point? I don't understand why.
I don't know. There is people not funny.
Why?
I don't know. You have to know the family, the father, the mother. But there is some people not funny. You study with me, it's not sure at all that you will be funny. Perhaps you will be a narcissist dreaming, I'm going to kill the teacher, but that's it. People funny, we can see immediately. People not funny, the same.
Cannot change?
For me, I have a family with my parents and 6 children. They never been funny. Never. They are so fucking boring. So I didn't say anything. But I stopped dreaming one day this person is going to be funny. The Buster Keaton or is for special people.
I remember Philippe said, "Welcome to the school of the bad actors." And I thought, great. I found my school now. And that was so liberating, especially when you come from a drama school, which I think they're great. Suddenly someone comes and says, "Oh, now here, if you're bad, it's fine. That's what we are here for, to be bad." Hi, I was
So you want to do the exercise.
Okay.
You want to be selected?
Yes.
But you have to do the exercise to be selected.
Okay.
Be careful because I'm not sure if I appreciate your humor.
Okay. What's the exercise? Truppi intrablandro jombrum da. Maybe I sit.
Yes.
When I came to school, this is my memories. I could not do wrong. Leger, flying. Neutral mask, I was shit, but flying nevertheless. I don't know what was next. Maybe Greek tragedy. Yeah, terrible, but flying. And then Philippe said one day, "Okay, I thought we've seen that now. So you have to do different." None of that. Okay. And then I started to flop. And then I flop and I flop. And I remember clown arrived and I thought, that's it. I'm going to kill here. We were 3 weeks. The first week, huge flop. Second week, oh my God. I think I wanted to commit suicide or something like that. Third week, terrible. And I remember I stand up, and as I stand up, Philippe says, "I told you, remember the flop you had yesterday?" "Yes, Philippe." "Keep walking." And as I keep walking, he said, "Aitor, do you remember the flop you had before yesterday?" "Yes, Philippe." "Aitor, do you remember the flop you had before yesterday?" And he did that for at least, he asked me that 5 or 6 times. Then when he did the drum, tung, tung, tung. And I remember that I just did, and everybody laughed.
Other places they try to say, this is good here, that's good over there, try to be better here. They try to be positive. But here you have, they call it via negativa, right?
I am negative.
Can you explain to people who don't understand the way, how it helps? Because
First, I stopped to explain to everybody because some people, they need a kick in the ass and no explanation. They are so idiot. I was bad, but I discovered Eiffel Tower. Well, it's good you discover Eiffel Tower and don't break my balls because you were bad. I am happy you were back. To be down is very good, huh? When you say, I am a shit, I don't know what to do. So stay like this. Stay with this feeling. You will discover something with this feeling. I am a shit, I don't know what to do. You are not enough in a shit. If you start to say, stop, I cannot do anything anymore. It's a good moment to start something else. Because it's good to have a crisis when you don't know what to do. Puff, the crisis is coming. A good crisis is healthy. I hope I try to teach freedom. I hope. We never know exactly what we teach. Sometimes you have a student, he comes, he says, when you say that, you changed my life. So you feel proud. But we don't know exactly how people is going to receive what you say. Follow your best. Don't follow exactly what I say. Follow something strange coming from the bottom of something from you, but don't follow too much the teacher. Listen to the teacher, he can say something goes on the fixed point, the grammar of the theater, yes, but your pulsion, your life, your fun, your humor, it's your secret. So follow this secret. I try to teach the pleasure, the fun, but not to touch the secret.
He's teaching you all the time, but you don't know that's a lesson because everything with him is very, 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 very light. He looks at you differently, and he tells you what you need, but you don't know that you need that. And he's an artist, so he will never tell you in a direct way.
The only thing I didn't say is how in these 15 years I discovered in what way Philippe is a poet. And this was something I didn't know even as a student, I didn't understand. In everything he does, there is a lightness. I feel I am in a play. So when I say something, it has been written by a good writer, when I am part of a conversation. This is fun. It's fun because you are always surprised what could come out, and you walk on the eggshells. So it's challenging, and it brings something new to you every day. It's on a daily basis. It's not a method for a school only.
Poetry of human person is beautiful. Human person without something a bit strange, we don't know where does it come from, is beautiful. What is poetry? You have to write a book about them. But if you don't have any poetry, you are like a butcher, not looking for something beautiful. Shakespeare, the best poet in the world. Shakespeare is unbelievable. Many times we don't understand between two lines what does it mean, but we are so happy to jump in the sentence and to try to swim with the sentence, to swim with what we don't understand. When you want to understand everything, you are an idiot. An idiot, he wants to understand everything. But a poet, he says, I give this part to the wind, and the wind will come back one day to bring me back the sentence, and I will understand better. He has to give something to the wind. The wind, you pay tax to the wind. And the wind is nice boy. He say, I will come back. Thank you, wind. I'm waiting for you. Je me souviens de la journée. Ils ont bu l'alcool du pays chauffé dans une casserole. Ils courent contre le vent dans le crachin, baissent lentement les vitres du car côté protégé de la tempête et jettent des pièces d'or qui tombent le long du port dans les flaques d'eau. As a wind, he brings a... Oh, I'm not excellent as a wind. If I was better poet, I would be a wind fantastic, but I'm not. But don't forget the wind. Don't forget the echo. Perhaps we'll come back one day to say the truth about what you were looking for. That's it?
Yeah. Unless there's anything you want to talk about that we've not talked about.
No, but we go to drink something, and in case tomorrow morning you have a shitty good idea of my board, we can carry on a bit.
Yeah.
So we go.